Hi everyone, I am Dean Mary Wells, and it is my pleasure to share the Faculty of Engineering Heritage Project, a series of videos that reflect on the faculty's extraordinary journey. Listen to interviews with former deans, faculty and staff members, alumni and supporters. Their stories reveal the incredible change and growth that our faculty has experienced since it was founded in 1957. I hope you will join me in listening to the voices and behind-the-scenes stories that have helped to shape Waterloo engineering.
I was born in India, April 1961. I was born in New Delhi. My parents lived there, so we come from very, very humble background. Then my father stayed in Delhi until 1968. Then my father immigrated to Canada in 1968. At that time, my mother and I have three siblings, two older sisters and one younger brother. We moved to a village in Rajasthan. We're originally from where my grandfather was and my dad's brother. So I did until grade 8 in Rajasthan. Then we immigrated to Canada, and my dad lived in Hamilton at that time. And I kind of chose Waterloo for a number of reasons. One was the school itself, but more importantly, the co-op. So with the financials, you only needed to save enough for first year, because then you'll get a job and you could support yourself. So that was the kind of mechanics that enabled to go to Waterloo. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been possible to leave home.
I was born in Montreal. I grew up in Toronto and Scarborough, and I went to the University of Waterloo. Interestingly enough, I actually applied to mechanical engineering, and I was accepted as a mechanical engineer. And then I changed my mind. I wrote to the school. I said, I don't want to do mechanical engineering. I want to do electrical engineering. And they wrote back, said, okay. I changed my mind again. I said, no, I think I want to do systems engineering. And then they wrote back and said, no, you're doing electrical engineering.
I met Frank first co-op term. Then early as 83 on our second work term, we kind of decided that we want to be self-employed. And we worked with the government and worked with this different thing. We said, we want to be long-term, we want to be self-employed and have a business of our own as opposed to working for someone. And that kind of formed the genesis that maybe we should look at starting some business together. Early as I think 84, soon 85, we would think of different business ideas, write a kind of business plan or issues. And more clearly, there was one is business incubator or government kind of entities, or just on north part of the where they help look at the business plans and help entrepreneurs get started. So we had submitted a plan on essentially what would be Fitbit today. So you would wear something that would alert elderly people if they fell down or something, and be home care kind of thing. So we wrote a whole business plan on it, we submitted, and they said it wasn't viable, or technically it wasn't a good idea, or whatever the case was, so we dropped it. But the key thing being is that even early as 83, 84, we were writing these plans and try to get things going. And we wrote a couple more, think through different ideas and try to see if you can make a business of that. And then what happens, we're looking at a bunch of different business concepts, and his mom has started Baylis Medical in 86 as a distributor of small company, small medical products in Canada.
2 years out, I came and I joined her, and it was me and her from 1989. And then Kris Shah, who was my partner. And then it was just the three of us. Basically, my mom was importing and reselling products, and that's what we continued to do. And at a certain point, we started developing our own products. Kris was living in Mississauga. I was in Montreal. One of the first ones we tried, which didn't work out, which was way over the top. And that one I tried to develop our first one, which is an intravascular ultrasound catheter, which a company our size had no business even taking on. But whatever, we did it, it failed. But then there was another situation where there was this technology, newborn infants that have what they call pulmonary atresia, where their valve doesn't open to the pulmonary valve, commonly called blue babies, because they're blue because they don't have oxygenated blood. And normally they'd have to undergo an open heart surgery in a couple of days. Their heart is the size of the top part of your thumb. They're a very high mortality rate, obviously. So there was a company in Germany that had developed a very small catheter to try and open it up, but it didn't work very well. And I just had the vision, like, we're going to do this. We're going to do it. It was a kind of calling. And that was the first one that I think that we did that was really successful. And then now it's used around the world.
We could have sold our cardiology business in like 2014, 15, 16. We had offers all the way along. But we said, no, we got a long ways to go. There's opportunities that we can keep growing. We can keep accruing more and more value. We could have easily done a deal right before COVID. Then after that window closed, then when we went to open again, we said, okay, this may be the right time now.
Boston has taken our cardiology business and made it even bigger because they have a huge sales force around the world. So I'm very proud that all those products are still in the market and doing bigger and better things.
Would we be where we are today as individuals? I would say no. A couple of ways I think this helps. One is having a camaraderie that you're not in it alone. Then second is that we do have inherently complementary skills. Inherently, he thinks in a big picture, bigger vision kind of thing, where I'm more of a nuts and bolts, kind of operationalized detail. So I think having those two complementary in that way kind of help.
And we want to give back even more to Waterloo. It's been the source of our success. Is a big part of it is the training, the education we got out of Waterloo. There's no question about it.
I would say, Waterloo has been a defining part of our life, kind of give us the tools to where we are. The work they do kind of resonates with us in terms of entrepreneurships and kind of work they do into that. So we do have kind of